Hey everybody, thanks for coming to check out today's video. I am super excited for this one. I am going to be making a inspired by replica, that's what I'll call it, of Sauron's Mace from The Lord of the Rings. So if you're familiar with those movies, honestly, if you're not familiar with those movies, by the title and the thumbnail, I don't really know what you're doing here because, let's be fair, this is for us nerds. Because this is one of the coolest weapons, in my opinion, in the entire franchise. And I've always wanted one, and I'm not going to go out and try and buy one, of course. I'm going to make one. So I had my buddy cut me out all of the different pieces, and I'll be making the head today. So let me show you how I did it.
So to start this project out, I am going to grind and shape the blades that are 3/8 plate. I didn't realize how extensive all of the grinding for this video was going to be. Typically, I just kind of do that on the side and then show it to you after I'm done and putting it all together. But the majority of this project is shaping and making pieces, so there will be a little more of that in this one. And yes, I know that's not how you sharpen blades, but remember, this is just a display piece in the end. So to make the actual body of the head of the mace, I had my buddy draw out the flat silhouette of the piece. Since I can't actually forge it, I had to make it out of 1/4 inch plate and then took the full size piece and then cut it in half so I could get each of the individual angles where all the blades will sit in. Then I had him make some just flat bar sticks that will act as the blade mounting surface. I didn't want to try to put the blades recessed into it because I was worried I wouldn't be able to get enough weld on it to make it sturdy enough to hit things with. So put those flats on, they'll hang out the back, and I'll actually mount the head to the handle with those flats. Now that I have the whole thing fit up and ready, I'm gonna weld it all solid, and then we can move on to getting the handle installed. The weld on this is pretty simple. I'm just welding both sides of the blade at the 2 points where they mount. I was gonna weld the whole thing solid, but let's be honest, that's overkill even for me. For the handle, I'm using a big piece of hexagon bar stock that I got like 9 months ago with no idea what I was going to use it for, but it looked cool, so I bought it. I bent each one of the flats out so the handle could fit, tapped them all down. I'm throwing a clamp on to keep everything nice and tight while I tack it. Then I'll go through and weld the entire thing solid so the head is attached to the handle well, so it doesn't fly off and hit me in the face when I swing it and try and smash something with it later. My idea was just to weld it solid, grind it smooth, and move on, which I do, but I'll show you later I was not happy with how it looked, so I'll go back and mess with it again later. When I thought I was done with this section, I moved on to the bottom of the handle where I'm actually going to hold onto it. I didn't really like the corners being in my grip. It wasn't comfortable, so shave them all down so it will be comfortable when I hold this and swing it at things later. With that done, I started working on some of the aesthetic pieces for the actual handle. I am using this big old nut as the detail on the middle part of the handle. Honestly, it's just a knob bumps. I don't know what else to call it. But it's a, main feature of that center section of the handle. And as you can see, I just shaped it up, and now I'm going to cut it in half so I can grind out more of the middle, so when I try to put it on the handle later, it'll just fit over the handle nicely, so I can then weld it on solid. I say nicely, but I'm pretty sure I had to go back 3 or 4 times to remove more material so this thing would actually sit on the handle properly. So there, it's all done, and now we can move over and it'll make a lot more sense on what I've been talking about, because you can actually see where it goes, how it fits. After both sections are secured and straightened out a little bit, I got it all tacked on, and I'm going to weld it solid. Then I will blend it all in to make it look like it's actually part of the handle and not just a hunk of metal welded onto the side of this thing. With that finished up, I had been staring at the top long enough that I was no longer happy with it, so I wanted to grind ridges that matched each of the blades just to give the top a little bit more character, because otherwise it was just a smooth barrel that I ground, and well, that didn't seem as much fun. So I decided to grind a bunch more, add to the final total of time spent grinding, because if I'm going to go this far, I want it to look right. With my OCD satisfied, I moved on to the rest of the handle. For the top of the grip, I am using a tapered bearing, because if you've seen up close, it comes to a nice flare taper on the actual mace. So I wanted to try to keep with that feel, so the best thing I could come up with was this taper bearing, and honestly, after I got it welded on, I'm pretty happy with it. For the other end, I'm using a roller chain sprocket for the end of the handle. Honestly, I feel like it fits the rest of the mace real well. But what do you think? Leave me a comment down below. Do you think this choice was a good or bad one? With everything done, I got it all cleaned up so I can move on to paint. I am using a hammered silver textured paint because I was hoping that it would give a nice, depth and not just look like a bunch of flat blades, and honestly, it came out pretty good. So the only thing left that I have to do is put the grip on, and then I'll show you the whole thing said and done. Nice little close-up so you can see the details a little closer. And then, as I promised, I will take this thing outside and we're gonna smash some stuff with it. for those of you who always, remind me when I don't put B-roll, this is the best you're getting. This is your B-roll. Unless you count smashing stuff, then just wait a little bit and we'll get there.
The time has come to smash some stuff with my new mace, and since it's the end of December while I'm making this, produce pickings are a little slim, but I was still able to get this adorable little watermelon that I'm gonna smash up. I also have some cans of soda that I'm gonna hit, because honestly those look cool when you hit them and it sprays everywhere, but whatever. But that's what I'm gonna do. So let me show you what this mace can really do.
Thanks for coming to check out this video. We'll see you in the next one. If you like what I did here, comment, like, subscribe, share, whatever.